If you're looking for one single place for your clients and your team to get work done, you have probably struggled for a single option. Either the platform charges you extra for additional seats, or you're the one that's managing a lot of different platforms, giving access, restricting access, bringing things over into the right platform, and that's a headache in itself. In this video, I'm going to show you why Noloco is the best app for agencies to get work done in a single place. That includes internal work, external deliverables, and all in a secure environment. By the end, you are going to have a deeper understanding of what makes a good client portal, and you will be able to take the next step in your business with confidence. Thanks for being here. Let's get to it. Okay, fun fact. Some software platforms play peekaboo with their data. And what I mean by that is they put something in front of their data and pretend like it's not there. The system relies on hiding something rather than preventing access to it. The data is there, it's just covered up. The technical term for that is security by obscurity. So when it comes to a client portal, that is why it is extremely important to make sure that the right data is restricted, not just hidden through filters. Permissions relate to data, and that data is all throughout the app. Permissions are respected everywhere. Conditional visibility, however, relates to the interface design. These are the components. These are configured through filters, as an example. User roles sit right between these two things. They are containers for permissions that can be configured in the interface, right next to the conditional visibility. So just to solidify these terms, your client portal is like a house and it has many different rooms. Permissions are like the key. The key is extremely important to get access. So whenever you invite a new person into your house, a new user, a new team member, a contractor, a client, you can do one of two things. Either you can copy that key over and over and over again for each individual room. The equivalent would be configuring conditional visibility in each component. Or you can assign them a type of key, one master key that unlocks certain doors. And that would be the equivalent of assigning them a user role that already has certain permissions that are respected across the app because permissions deal with that data. Data is across the entire app, and conditional visibility is per component in the interface. So why are these terms important? Well, user roles help you scale the management of your app such that clients can come in and out, the team can grow without having significant development ramifications or developer ramifications if you're the one doing the work. So now that we understand data security, we can say that a good client portal shows the right data to the right person at the right time so that they can take the next right action. So again, that is the right person, the right data at the right time so that they can take the next right action. That is what a good client portal will do. Let's walk through an example of a client, a contractor, and an admin or a team member. So put yourself in the shoes of a client. What do you need to see? What is the right data? Well, it's going to be deliverables. And those deliverables need to be shown at the right time, which would be whenever feedback is required, whenever the work is done by the team and it's ready for the client to view. And what is the next right action? Well, to provide feedback. So let's see what that looks like. What we are seeing here is a client portal built with Noloco. I am viewing as a client. Her name is Sarah. And whenever I open the app, I land on the home screen. So I can see some tasks that are due, some projects, book a meeting, pay your bills. But what I want to illustrate is the right data, which would be these active projects. There's media ramp up and a content retainer. So I'm going to click into this project here. I can see some high level information here about the client, the description, start date, end date, and any relevant files. I can see tasks that are assigned to others on the team, and I can add comments on the right side, and I can provide feedback accordingly here, and the team would be notified. Now, our next persona that we are going to view as is a contractor. And this contractor needs to see the right data, which is only the projects that they are working on. only the tasks that are assigned to them. Maybe they need to see the team, potential contact information for those that they need to work with, but outside of the work that needs to get done, that's all they need to see. So it's going to be similar to the client view that we just saw, with one little difference that we'll explore here in a second. So I'm going to back out of the client view. I'm going to go to the top right-hand corner and view as Sandy, who is a contractor, as you saw. We're going to preview here, and we can see just an overview of the work that needs to be done. I can view time or expenses that are associated with my work, but what I want to illustrate here is in the projects. It's actually the same projects that were associated with that client, but whenever I click in, I can see a little bit more. I can see time, expenses, and collaboration with the team. And you'll notice that the status here along the top is able to be changed. I can change the project health. I can click into tasks. I can look at the assignee. I can edit this task. I can change the priority. I can leave comments and see the comments that the client already left. So why does this matter? If you think back to the beginning of this video, whenever we were talking about data security, we have the ability to change who can do and see certain things, and that is done in the user permission. So what I'm looking at now is a table that is associated with the project data. Now, we were just in and out of projects and tasks. We can add a new permission if necessary, but what we already see here are some client permissions and some contractor permissions. And if we click into those permissions, we can see that the contractor permissions are allowing the user to edit and create all the way down according to these specific data fields, as opposed to the client, which we can click into, can only create certain data fields, much less than the contractor. So to illustrate what we were saying earlier about permissions and user roles and conditional visibility, these are permissions. They relate to data, the data that we're seeing here in the tables, and they're respected across the entire app. They are using user fields, which are client, contractor, and can be created in the users and roles here. And as you can see, we have one for contractor, admin, client, and internal, just to illustrate the different types of people that you can give master keys to, and then use those containers, those names of different types of roles across your business, to be referenced in the permissions here on the right side of the data page. So before we look at the admin app experience, I want to map it to our matrix that we have been using. An admin is an owner or a manager, somebody that has a lot of permissions. And what is the right data that they need to see? Well, they need to be able to see active projects and tasks and people, time tracking, financials, but at a high level. They don't need to be in the weeds. When do they need to see it? Well, they need to see it maybe at the beginning of the day at a glance, and so that might look like a dashboard. And what is the right action that they need to take? Well, they need to be able to click in and see more information if necessary, and they need to be able to monitor health, reach out to invoices that are overdue, these sorts of actions. Now, let's see what that looks like. This is an example of a high-level overview of the team workload. I can see who might be at capacity and who might have a little bit more room to do some work. I can view what each person is working on. I can see some overdue tasks, and I can click into those tasks, view the people that are associated with those, and if necessary, follow up according to their information here. Whenever I click into invoices, I can see what is collected this month, outstanding or pending invoices, and overdue invoices. Obviously, there seems to be some overdue invoices, so I'm going to click into this client, click into their associated contact information. I can even see interactions that have been logged in the past. But if I want to reach out, I am able to find their email here at the top and take the next right action. So again, the admin, the team member that needs to see everything at a glance, can do that according to the configuration of permissions and user roles. They can see everything, but it's a matter of configuring their experience to see the right things at the right time so that they can take the next right action. So based on a secure foundation configured through permissions, optimized through user roles, and fine-tuned through conditional visibility, we have a client portal that you can trust. From that place, we can configure an experience for clients that shows them the right work that's happening right now. So they don't have to go fish through a bunch of email threads to find what is happening, when, where, and why. Then you can show the right work at the right time to contractors, those that are coming in from outside your team, without compromising security. And the internal team, and especially the admins, can see even more. They can see everything, or they can see the right projects and tasks, but they don't have to reconcile a lot of different tools and spreadsheets. It's all in one place for them to see and manage. Noloco gives you one place where your clients, your contractors, and your internal team can collaborate securely without blowing your software budget. In this video, we learned about permissions, conditional visibility, and user roles. But data security is just one very important piece of your client portal. We made a video that compares other tools, including Noloco. If you're interested in having all the information and making the best decision for your business, you can watch that video and I will see you there, or you can reach out and we'd be happy to chat. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you thought. I look forward to hearing from you soon.